Oh, Carly was hiding already. She's like, I don't know if I want to be part of this episode.
What?
She does.
She's like, oh, I'm out.
No.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ales and Tales podcast. We are going to bring you a review today on a very cool-looking can and hopefully a very cool beer. We're going to find out. We are dealing with the wonders of Nashville and Tennessee in general weather. Looks like we have at least 3 out of 4 of us have survived the tornadoes. Ben is not with us today. He's alive. It's okay. But what was it? Something like 15 tornadoes, 20 tornadoes going through the area.
It was crazy.
But we're all here to drink beer.
Record-setting
no
number
fear.
of tornado warnings,
Yeah.
which apparently there is a difference between a watch and a warning.
Wait, I'll dive into that in a minute because I don't want to immediately sidetrack the episode. But yeah, it's interesting. It's not what it used to be.
Right.
Anyway, so also it is 54 today. Yesterday was 82.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
So it's like, what? All right. So today we are going to bring a review on a beer called a Pale Green Horse. It is a collaboration between Jester King Brewing, which will pop up behind us for those of you watching, and Yazoo Brewery, which is here in Nashville. Jester King is out of Austin, Texas, and Yazoo has been a staple here in Nashville since like the early days. So I'm excited to give this a whirl. It's an IPA, so I know you're going to be excited to give this a whirl.
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
As am I. I'm a big IPA fan.
You have become an
days.
IPA
Yes.
fan from being a non-beer guy to numerous.
Crazy.
All right,
We're all very mellow because we're recording on a Sunday.
Yeah, well, we're also
know.
mellow because we haven't had any of this yet, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Episode 2, we'll see what changes.
So, Carly, if you want to lead us off, you got a beer quote?
Yes.
Right on.
Some people wanted champagne and caviar when they should have had beer and hot dogs.
I'd rather have beer
Interesting.
and hot dogs anyway.
Yeah.
Not a champagne guy. You a champagne person? Do you like champagne?
I do like champagne. Yeah.
All right. Jim?
It's, fancy white wine that's carbonated,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Isn't that pretty much the naivete, the new guy's inaccurate assessment of that? Or,
Yeah, bubbly wine.
Yeah, bubbly
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah. I
Essentially.
think my favorite part about champagne is actually just opening a bottle. Just boom, have that.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Or the videos of people not knowing how to do it and popping themselves in the head, which is pretty amusing.
Or
I find that if you take champagne and combine it with orange juice, it's really good.
Oh, wow. I haven't thought of that. Well, no, there's people that can do the sword
yeah.
to get the top off the champagne. That's pretty cool.
It seems a lot more logical to create nice shards of glass rather than just
Yeah.
a towel over the.
There are plenty of videos
It is
online.
cool though.
That show
Yeah.
the deadly aspect of doing that.
Yeah, I could go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always fun when it does.
Is this a little bit of is that a little shard of glass in my glass? Lovely. Nothing.
I hear that vodka and orange juice is a good combination.
That's an
They
interesting
call
idea.
it,
I've never thought
they
of
call
that.
it a
Makes me
vodka
think of,
orange juice.
Like, it reminds me of like a screwdriver. Like,
weird.
Should we call it that?
Probably.
I do wonder. I want to know how that reminded anybody of a screwdriver or how they. Orange juice and yeah.
Well, I guess maybe a screwdriver prize thing. So maybe for some people, vodka is not exactly a good drink. So add the orange juice in it, and it helps you pry it into yourself better. Maybe a little bit of a stretch there, possibly.
Just a little, like taffy, just a little stretch.
Over and over and over again.
Yes. Although I will say one of the weirdest and one of my favorite drinks years and years ago was called a Tootsie Roll. And I love Tootsie Rolls. I think it's a great flavor. It's just, chocolatey kind of whatever. But to make it, it's 50% orange juice, 50% Kahlua. Right.
Really?
That's the face that everybody makes. Everybody goes, ah. It tastes exactly like a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think I'd want to drink a lot of that though. Like it would be maybe here's a cool little try it once type of thing. But you drink a bunch of that, by the end of the night, you're going to be like,
Yeah.
I did have a really good drink on Friday at a friend's bonfire birthday party. We were drinking mezcal, and so we decided to mix mezcal with Aperol, green chartreuse, what is it? Lime juice, and I think that was it.
Y'all
So-
getting fancy.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was in like a little coupe glass. It was very tasty.
Cool. I can see mezcal just by itself at a bonfire. That makes perfect sense. Everything's already kind of smoky. So
Yeah.
very cool. All right.
All right.
Well, we're going to talk about speaking of chartreuse can label. And Carly, do you want to describe the can?
Sure. Yes, get my music on. So a pale green horse.
Whoops. What the hell?
He's doing my thing.
Button
Yeah.
Man is
Pushing
over
buttons.
there. Buttons.
So it's definitely a pale green can. And a pale green horse makes sense because there's a horse skull that's a little pale green. And
Pale green.
it looks like the vertebrae of the horse are surrounding it in a circle. Yeah, so it's very, very dark, but cool.
But,
Is it kind of like a paper wrapper, like those independent breweries have?
What?
what?
It's like they have a paper wrapper, that adheres to the can.
Yeah, this is a sticker one.
Yeah.
Not
Sticker?
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not printed.
paper.
So yeah, it's the vertebrae of the horse are strung together by what looks like the spirit of the horse, which is coming out of its eyes like smoke.
Where the hell do they come up with these things? For crying
I
out
don't
loud?
know. Well, so maybe it has something to do with part of the Jester King logo. And you'll notice in the center of the skull, it's actually got the Yazoo Brewing
Oh, yeah.
logo is like on the horse skull forehead.
Go ahead and turn it a little bit towards that camera up there. There we go.
It is I like the logo. I think it's really good.
Yeah,
or
it's
the can
Very unique.
art. It is cool. Vertebra, I've got like shark vertebra that I made a necklace out of years and years ago. Really, really cool. I found
Beach
them.
kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Was it Sensations?
What?
The store that you always find in beachside touristy towns.
Oh, no.
What's
No,
what is it? Alvin's Island and Sensations.
I don't know either of those.
Really?
Uh-uh.
You lived in Destin, for crying out loud.
And and I was near Myrtle Beach, and I was at Wrightsville Beach, and
You
Wilmington,
never
so
seen Alvin's Island?
probably not something that left an indelible mark on
They're
my.
all, you know what I'm talking about, right, Carly?
No.
Real? Oh my gosh. You guys have no idea what Alvin's
I'm just going to keep
Island is.
staring at him with the confused
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
blank look.
It's same name, but it's Alvin's Island, and it's a big place where you can go get, T-shirts and rafts and
So it's one of the 100 gazillion different BS
Chinese-made products.
Yeah, so that's why that's why it's not stuck in my brain as something I should remember. No,
I mean, they're all over that,
I don't
redneck
like,
Riviera that we have.
Gotcha. I don't like going to touristy places, so I try not to.
Oh, that's right. I guess in 30A, they don't have that, Mike.
that's not exactly. So
White people capital of the world.
What?
Have you been to 30A, Carly?
What's 30A?
Really? Okay, never mind. It's, you see the stickers around here, 30A, and go ahead. Are you going to pour it? Or are you reading something?
no, I was going to read some more about them, but go ahead. Do
Okay.
them. I'll pour it while
30A is like the bougie, people go down there and wear their khaki shorts and white T-shirts, and walk around or go via a golf cart
Oh,
and all the houses. Very Stepford
okay.
in a way. Yeah.
Should I open this
that's
one
about the
too, or
extent
should-
of that.
I'll pour you if you'll take that over to him. I'll pour yours.
Yeah, God forbid I should move.
Yeah, well, we're trying to keep Jim from. He's.
Ooh, I'm trying to hit all the buttons,
There's a,
including Mike's.
don't hit my buttons, dude. Oh,
Smells fruit. Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
look at that haze.
yeah. All right, there's the can. You can put it back over there if you want. So there's not much about Jester King that I could find. It just says Jester King is a world-renowned, award-winning brewery located on a beautiful ranch on the outskirts of Austin, Texas. We make food-fired pizza.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was trying to get a good shot of that.
Oh.
Look at that haze. Oh my goodness. Sorry to interrupt.
We make wood-fired pizza and raise goats in a fun, relaxing, one-of-a-kind environment tied to time, place, and people. And that's it. That's really all I got. So, okay. Not a lot there. Yazoo has been in Nashville for a long time. I didn't pull anything up on Yazoo, did I? Rats. 1 second. So, yeah, that's a very, very hazy, almost like lemon and orange juice kind of mix. You cannot see through that.
No.
The micro bubbles went away pretty quickly. There's not a lot of head on it. And it smells. Have you smelled it yet?
Oh, yeah.
I smelled it. As soon as I popped the can up and started pouring it, it smelled fantastic. Let me see. Carly got photos going on over there. And okay. So what do you smell?
A lot of fruit.
A lot of fruit.
Very citrusy.
Oddly enough, I smell like a leatheriness to it.
Really?
It's like fresh. I say fresh leather, but it's like if you go to a leather store or something like that, it's like leather and fruit, mango.
Yes.
I definitely smell
Pineapple.
mango. I smell citrus, which is a good indication. Either you're going to take a sip of this and it's not going to reflect the smell, which is so damn frustrating.
Sometimes, but sometimes.
Or it's going to be spot on.
Right.
You know, because I'm a big sweet guy, you know. Plus, I'm a big sweet guy.
You like sweeter beers?
I do.
Okay. I don't like sweet wines. I don't
It
like.
kind of like it reminds me of like you're in an elevator and there was a wet dog in the elevator.
What? Really?
Yeah, that's the smell I get.
Interesting.
We got wet dog, citrus, pineapple,
Leather.
mango, and leather.
Yeah, I can't get. I just smell the wet dog now.
There is a little bit of. Again, I think that's what I'm getting as kind of leather. There's some kind of like organic something to
I'm
it
not
that's
getting that
outside
at
of
all.
the fruit. Yeah, as the fruit kind of goes away as it sits,
Right.
and then you get more of something else.
Unless my nose isn't working.
So, in other words, for Carly, she does not want it to taste like it smells. 'cause
No.
Nobody wants to, like a wet dog, I don't think.
This one's called Dog in the Rain.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a shot. What do we got? Oh, yeah. That's nice.
It is.
It's different.
It's light. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't, it's got a bitterness to it. It's got like a light sweet tarts
Yeah.
if they were half the sugariness of a sweet tart.
Which is, I'm not sure if half is enough.
And then if you let it sit for a minute, then you get like a, I remember the old lollipops you'd get as a kid that were like just the good old, just fashioned kind of flattened, rounded lollipops.
Mhm.
Didn't really have like a specific flavor or whatever.
They had the dash in them. Like it was a lollipop with a indent, like
Yeah.
it was like a horizontal dash.
Yeah, or the indented circle in it.
Right.
You get like that kind of candy,
Yeah.
synthetic candy after it. It's not bad. It's just there.
It's, yeah. I'm also, just brushed my teeth an hour ago. So
I like that. I find that it's dry. It's almost like a dry wine. It doesn't have a sweetness that you think would come from the smell of it.
right.
So it actually is, again, I like dry wines and anything that sucks the moisture out of my mouth for some reason. I don't know why, but that does that. It's definitely a dry
Drier.
beer.
It's not doing that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's for me. It's pretty light. It's not like heavy or like it leaves a weird taste. Like it kind of like melts away like immediately. Like I feel like it's like a Pilsner almost. It's so like light and not heavy, and it's fruity in the smell, but when you drink it, it's not. It's pretty like good. I honestly would probably be a good summer beer.
I would absolutely agree this would be a good summer beer. Refreshing, citrusy.
Mhm.
You get the pineapple. You get the juiciness of it, like of all the
It's
different
not overwhelming.
hops. No, it's really not. This is something I could drink a fair amount of without, I think. I don't know. We're going to see how far I get in this glass before, if it gives me the old tongue glove or whatnot.
No, I'm not getting an indication of that at all. That even that's going to be a part of it.
It's got substance to it. Like it doesn't feel like a watery beer. Like
Right.
there's actually texture when you drink it,
Yeah.
which I like. I don't like a really watery beer.
I mean, like looking at it, it looks so hazy. It makes me think it's going to be a lot heavier and like harder.
Fruity.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just super light.
Because it
and-
hits you with that sweet fruit
Yeah.
on the nose.
Yeah,
And then it, as you said, it dissipated.
yeah. It's like it does remind me of like a lollipop.
You remember getting those like from the banks? The bank teller would always give you the lollipop when your mom made a deposit or
That's
withdrawal.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
like those before the Dum Dums. It was
Right.
before Dum Dums. It was
the
like
flat ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
back
That's
in
what
the
it
early
reminds me
80s. When were you born? 78?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Carly was born in what, 2007?
97.
97. Gotcha.
If I was born in 2007, I would be
Illegal.
I would be 18. I wouldn't be able to be here.
Right. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, I think this would be a very short and not acceptable podcast.
Okay, we got to wipe everything off the internet now.
Slightly creepy.
Yeah. Man, I do get a lingering flavor. Like if you don't drink it, but it's not its original flavor. There's like
It evolves.
a hint of something afterwards, and it's like a lemon rind. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you stop, take a sip and let it sit for a minute and just let it kind of breathe in your mouth or whatever. Lemon rind, hay. But the initial.
I get hay. Yep.
Kind of reminds me like a lemon drop. Like you finish your lemon drop and you still have the taste in your mouth. It's not sour, but it's that lemon.
It just kind of lingers. Mm-hmm. I wonder if citrus naturally has that tendency. Well, I mean, so citrus rind, depending upon how they brew it, I don't know how they brew it, if they have any citrus rind in it or not, but citrus rind has oil in it, and that would typically stick to and cling to the inside of the mouth because it wouldn't wash away as fast as something water-based. So I wonder if that has something to do with why that would be a lingering flavor. I don't know. Science.
I'm trying to decide if this is aggravating or frustrating.
What?
Because the smell set me up to be slightly sweeter than what this is. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm like, I wanted this to be a little bit more sweet on the tongue. Because that's what the smell led me to believe. But it's, again, not bad. It's pleasantly surprising in that manner that it's not. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the initial mouthfeel, as soon as you take a sip, you get, like it triggers some of the sweet sensors. Like
Right.
you get a little bit of that. But it goes away quickly. As soon as you swallow it, it goes right into that lemon rind kind of
little bitterness.
Yeah, bitter dryness. So it hits you with like a two punch. Like you get the juicy, fruity sweetness, and then it quickly goes away. And then you have the other side of it, the more bitter, dry aspect to it.
There is definitely, I mean, I don't mean to go to pairings immediately, but what's also coming to mind is some sort of fish meal that I think can go along with this. I'm going to put my shot out there, and because I know I'm always off on that.
I could see this working with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, a dockside grouper sandwich or something like that,
Ooh.
Okay. So I was with you and then you went a different direction, but yeah, I could still see that. I was thinking like, if you have certain fish dishes, they'll do like a fruit salsa, like a mango salsa or a pineapple salsa or whatever else that would go on it. This kind of replaces that. You have the natural fruitiness of it that would go with like a baked fish or a steamed fish.
You talking about a sea fish or a lake or river fish?
Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about lake or river fish that just makes you go, ugh. It's like
it's not normally what I go for, but it's not terrible. I mean, trout.
Catfish.
I'm not a catfish fan. Do you like catfish?
I just, you see how those things are fished out of rivers and stuff, and catfish noodling, and
yeah, you've seen that. Haven't you? No, they stick their hands down under the under the water in this murky water. You can't see into a hole.
He basically fists the riverbed,
and the catfish will go and they just pull out the catfish on their arm. They're like, "All right, caught one." It's like, God. I do not. I'm sorry, man.
Terrifying.
Growing up, going to the ocean, I was going to Myrtle Beach, until and Wrightsville Beach, the East Coast, basically, until mid-20s, I guess. And so I was used to that, but the water was not super clear, but you could see some stuff in the water of the ocean. But then I moved to Destin, where the Gulf, the water, it's like looking through the air. It's like this. You can see everything. It's amazing. And then I moved here, and people were like, I said, I'm going to miss being at the ocean, miss being at the Gulf, the beach. And people are like, go to the lake, it's the same thing. And the first time I went to the lake, I looked in and I was like, that is not the same thing. I can't see anything. What was that? That's
Well,
all
mostly it's like tree limbs and stuff like that because they're all flooded valleys.
Yeah. You dive off a boat and get skewered on a tree.
Well, the thing about lakes, as long as it's got flow, you know, we grew up with a lake in Connecticut called Candlewood Lake, and it was the largest man-made lake when they made it. And it's essentially a battery. So it's up in an elevated valley. And if you go to the northern most part of the lake, there are pipes that take the lake water. They pump it up for the summer. And I guess whenever they need energy to run it through the
Hydroelectric
turbines,
dam.
they use it like a battery, a reserve of energy. But in the winter, they drain the lake to kill off all the milfoil seaweed. But other than that, it's a 17-mile long puddle. It doesn't move unless those pipes move it.
Did you say MILF oil?
Milfoil seaweed.
Okay.
Seaweed. And it's a species apparently was somehow permeated and brought in from an external source, and it just spread throughout that lake, and it's a nasty bitch. You know, even when you propeller through it and stuff like that, it can get wrapped around your prop and tie things up. It's nasty. But that, I was terrified of that when I was a kid.
Have it tangling up.
When it comes to seaweed, dude, like,
I've never heard anybody terrified of seaweed.
yeah, I kid you not. I kid you not. Anything murky that I can't see in front of me. So apparently, because when they flooded this lake, they flooded out towns, and there was like apparently like a steel bridge that's at some part of the lake that you always heard about. But thanks to YouTube, you get divers that put the GoPros on, and we're going to find the bridge in Candlewood Lake. Dude, I kid you not. I'm sitting there in my in-laws' house. Courtney and I are in bed, just getting ready to go. I'm watching through videos, and I get this hankering to, I wonder if that's on there. So I searched it. Lo and behold, a bunch of divers took GoPros down there. I'm sitting in bed in North Carolina, 1,000 miles away from this thing, getting skeeved out, watching a video. Because like all of a sudden it just comes upon you. You see the girders, and it's just like right there. It's like, oh my God. It's weird, dude. It's a weird phobia. You're all looking at me like I'm nuts.
You have a phobia of flooding or algae, or I'm trying to figure out where
it's just the unknown, being in a murky lake, and it's just something about it that's unnatural. You know, it shouldn't be flooded, and you know,
it wouldn't be were it not for us doing it.
Right?
Yeah. What?
And it's just the murkiness of it. You know,
His face
and
every time he
Yeah,
says
he's
murky.
not happy.
you know,
Murky.
They're following the rope down, and you just know eventually one little one pull on the rope, and they're going to come into view with this thing. It's going to be right there, and it's oh my God.
The seaweed?
No, the bridge.
Why is the bridge scary?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to dive.
No,
All right.
I'm expecting you're going to say like a big fish or like a scary Loch Ness monster.
That stuff doesn't bother me.
And on this episode of diving deep into Jim's psyche, damaged psyche,
Dude, we went snorkeling for our 20th wedding anniversary. We didn't professionally go. We found a beach. Courtney and I bought some a snorkel. And we were just going around, and in this beach, there's a natural coral reef. And you can kind of swim around it, see all the sea life. But at one point, I got so close to it, I freaked out. I was like, whoa, it was just weird.
Well, I mean, okay, I'm putting myself in your shoes, and I've been in a very similar position. When I was in Jamaica, we went into this bioluminescent like pond kind of, and it's one of the largest in the world, where if you touch these like sea creatures,
the plankton and whatnot.
Yep, the plankton, they'll glow in the water. And especially when it's raining and the whole pond glows.
They get excited.
But I didn't realize these they're like jellyfish basically. Like they're really like squishy, and so we're swimming around, and I like refused to have a life vest, but everyone else had a life vest because I'm like, I can swim, swimming around, and I touch one of them, and I like freak out because it's like squishy and you can't see, and it's murky, and so then I'm like really, really scared. So I'm like holding onto my mom's life vest at 27 years old, like, get me out of here.
Exactly.
Because like you can't see it, so you don't know what you're touching, and you don't know what's gonna suck you under. Like, I don't know.
It is interesting that we have these concerns of the unknown. It's like basements. You know, if you come up in the basement, the lights are off. and you feel that behind you in the dark, and you're just
feel
like,
like
I'm going
it's-
to run up the stairs for no reason.
Yeah, no,
You feel like
exactly.
the Gooby Gooby Goblin, right?
What?
The Gooby Gooby Goblin. Gooby Gooby Goblin.
Okay, whether
That's
you're
what-
saying
that's
it
what
wrong or right, I have no idea what you're talking
I'm
about.
still waking up, guys. It's been a rough
The
evening.
Gooby Gooby Golf Goblin.
Good Golflin.
Four!
The Gooby. Let me see if Courtney. Come on.
Have you heard of this?
No.
The Gooby Gooby Golfin. Goblin.
By the way, this is the first episode, and these were the first sips of any alcohol, folks. That's just Jim naturally.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get Courtney on the line.
This is going to be a whole lot of
Yeah.
nothing if she doesn't answer. Just
Or she's still in bed. Oh, you're still sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do we call the thing that chases us up the stairs at night?
Gooby Gooby Goblin.
What happens? Can you explain that? Even though I just woke you up, and explain what happens with when we turn the lights out at night.
The Gooby Gooby Goblin comes out and you have to run up the stairs or it'll get you.
what will he do to you if he gets you?
What will he do to you if he gets you?
We're way too fast for that, so we've never found out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. He's a gimp goblin.
Yeah.
Can't quite make it up the stairs.
All right. Thank you. Go back to bed. I love you.
Oh, no, it's really late. I didn't realize I slept this late.
No,
I
you're
love
fine.
you.
Love you too. Bye. She made her first appearance on the show.
There we go. We got her. Slowly but surely, we're working our way in here. to where
Surprise
she'll
phone
get-
call.
That was funny having a half sleep.
So the Gooby Gooby Goblin.
Never heard
Gooby
of that.
Gooby Golfin
Okay.
Goblin.
First off, if we're going to call it the Gooby Gooby Goblin,
Right.
I'm no longer afraid of it
Right.
because it's got the name Gooby Gooby.
Which is why we did it that way, to make the kids less afraid of the dark. Okay. Much like when it thunders out, we wouldn't do the song from Ted, the movie with Mark Wahlberg and the bear, the talking bear, who is
I know
Seth
the movie. I
MacFarlane.
don't remember that.
But they have a Thunder Buddies song.
Oh, yes. That's right.
We didn't want to teach them that song.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Whenever with the thunder would go, we'd go "Rah, rah, 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 thunder. The AC/DC song. So in Hallie's preschool, they would teach them a thunder song, and she would disagree with them. That's not the thunder song. And
She had her own thunder song.
she would teach them the thunder song that she knows, which was AC/DC Thunderstruck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with all the storms going on,
Topical.
it is. Do you guys like lightning? Do you go out and do you enjoy that? I know you were talking earlier about going
I am
out
that
in the
bad.
tornado, looking for
Yes.
the tornado because what? But no.
Yeah. Tornado. There's a tornado near here. Let me go outside and look for it. Yeah. That's my safe place.
No, yeah,
Space.
I like to stay inside. But I definitely
Oh, the
do-
smart one of the bunch.
Yeah.
I definitely like the last couple of days I've been wanting to like go do stuff, but I feel like kind of stuck, and, like trapped, and it's like, well, I have to stay home, and this is boring. But yeah, I don't have the urge to go find the tornado and be in the lightning.
Okay.
Can I tell my story from last week?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we had a very tornadic week here. Wednesday into Thursday, we were up at 2 a.m., then 5 a.m. And 5 a.m., we had one that was, Danielle Breezy with WKRN, here, our local news channel, was calling out all these familiar roads, like within minutes of my house. Not even, probably
Walking
second,
distance,
walking
yeah,
distance. And I'm going, oh crap, Courtney, okay, let's get up, go downstairs, get the kids, blah, blah, blah. And of course, I'm that guy that, it's right over, Port Royal and Duplex. I'm like, that's right in our backyard. Holy crap. So they're in the bathroom for about 15 seconds, and I'm opening the back porch door, getting on the patio and looking around. And then they ended up joining me. After the first, they made fun of me for being that dad who does that. Then they came out and joined me. But later that day, we had a similar situation. Another cell came through Spring Hill again. And we had a mesocyclone, apparently. It didn't touch the ground, but there was certainly rotation. And it was, tornado warning, so on and so forth. Up here at the office, we're up on top of a hill. Our flag in the front yard was, at one point facing maybe northwest. then it was facing north, then it was facing west, then it was facing south. And my wife's calling me because she was with my daughter at a doctor's appointment, and I could see generally from up top on this hill where they are. And it was just pitch black, dark clouds, everything. She was worried about our son who was home alone. He's 16, going to be 17 here in May. And I looked down, we're 6 minutes away from my house being here. It's clear down there. He's good. So I get him on the phone, just make sure he's okay. And I'm just out there, wind's blowing. I want to make sure I see a tornado because I've always wanted to see a tornado in my 49 years. So I'm looking around, there's got to be something to see. Nothing. And then I realize I'm like, maybe it's above me. So I look up and I see literally swirling clouds and I'm going, well, ask and you shall receive, Jim. But
If
still
you're going to
nothing
see
happened.
it, you got to see it up close. So
Right.
there you go.
Yeah. Best view.
Yeah, no,
Careful what you wish for.
I can handle most things about storms. Tornadoes, I do not play. I will not own a house without a basement. I'm sorry. I cannot stand tornadoes. They freak me out. Living in Destin, and Wilmington, I was so used to hurricanes. They're like,
It's just a big
it's
storm.
whatever.
Yeah.
I used to go out and my buddy Randall and I would go out in the hurricanes and just walk around downtown Wilmington to see what trees were going to fall while we were just walking around and you hear boom, big old trees falling.
How
and
fast
stuff.
were the winds going?
We're in the middle of the hurricane. I mean, we would go out in the threes, maybe if it got
Category 3?
category 3, maybe a 4 or 5, we wouldn't play. But yeah, just walking around. There was a 4 that was going one time, and we were in historic Wilmington is where we lived, and right on the corner of the historic district, there was our house, and then another house, and the sidewalk goes around the side of the house. They were really close, old historic houses.
Yeah.
And I said, man, look at the wind. This is pretty crazy. Let's go downtown. And I walked to almost the end of the sidewalk until I was right past the house. And I looked left and an acorn went, pah, right off my head. I was like, oh, God.
It might as well be a bullet.
It was, dude. It was a straight horizontal acorn to the noggin. And I was like, nope, not now.
Crazy.
had a little welt on my forehead. But yeah, my mom apparently used to take me out when there was like lightning and thunder. They would take me out to the car and sit in the car in the driveway during the storm to watch the lightning and listen to the thunder and stuff like that. So I love lightning and thunder. I think it's awesome. Just tornadoes, I'm out. There's something about them.
Well, I mean, tornado is on a very micro scale, highly destructive.
Oh yeah.
It's like a power washer jet of water versus, a garden hose, which would be like a hurricane, right? Sweeping as opposed to using the air compressor to, that's a lot more refined, focused destruction in one area. A hurricane, though, still very destructive.
Oh yeah. When I lived in Destin, one of our friends lived in it was like a 3-story condo, and the whole building was concrete, including the roof.
Yeah.
And they were in the top corner of this place, and they said that they were watching sunlight come. It started tearing the roof off the hurricane.
Oh wow, really?
And they're in the room, and they're watching the roof lifting, and they're seeing light and rain's coming in, and they're like,
Yep.
this is probably bad. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
a concrete roof being lifted, that is no joke.
Did you guys see the footage from the Thailand earthquake
No,
this past couple of weeks? Really?
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it was a big one, 7.7.
Oh, wow.
So these guys are, in these luxury high-rise condo buildings with the pools on top.
Oh, no, I did
Did you see that?
And the pool water
The
was
pool
infinity
water was
pool.
coming. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the building that has the two different things. Yeah, and the water's like pouring out of the side of the building. That was crazy.
Did you see the one that collapsed that was under construction? Yeah, there was a building that got it. I guess it wasn't, I don't know if they built it with the earthquakes in mind or something, but it collapsed after all that shaking.
Wow.
wild.
So let's dive into some pairings. I did realize I didn't read the can here. India Pale Ale brewed with Tennessee grown barley and oats, double dry hopped with Peacherine, Superdelic, Nelson Sauvin, and
Superdelic.
Euphorix hops. Okay.
Wow.
So Peacherine. I don't get
Wow.
any. Do you get any peach?
Yeah.
Are you?
I get nectarine for sure.
My taster must be off.
Okay. I could see that. That's
Yeah,
kind
but
of,
you know, that's one of those things that you pick up automatic. I can't pick up automatically on it, but as soon as you say it, it's like, okay, now I have bias.
maybe that's the
It's kind of like that's the sweetness. That's what I get. The
I think it's peachy.
peach sweetness, but very like low key, like lollipop,
Right.
there you go.
peach lollipop.
So
It's a great beer, though.
I like this
Yeah,
one a
yeah,
lot.
it's very.
It's really
different.
good. Well
It's-
done, Yazoo and Jester.
Yes.
Or is this a Jester Yazoo combination? Or
So
no?
it is a collaboration. It was canned and brewed by Yazoo Brewing, but I think Jester King was the one that gave them, hey, let's do this, and this.
Is it Yazoo or Yazoo?
Yes.
Because I would imagine they're going for a zing of Yahoo, which would be Yazoo.
I have no idea. It's a good question.
I thought maybe
I've never
you
thought
knew.
of that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Yazoo.
I mean, you could make the case for it. Sure.
Yeah.
Yazoo. Depends on if you're from, Michigan or
That's
Wisconsin.
what I was about to say. It depends on where you know.
like Eugene in our B&I chapter. He's from Philly?
Yes.
Because he's all about there's over there. The Bears. Really
He's-
hard A's.
He's got a very northern
Oh yeah,
accent.
Bears.
yeah. He's definitely from the Northeast. Not really so much Midwest. But
Okay. So you said fish. I agree.
Yeah. Grouper sandwich right by on a dock. Nice, mid-afternoon kind of libation to go along with it, and enjoying people watching on the beach.
I would
Everything's
say
with the beach with me. You
Yeah.
can't tell I haven't been there in a while.
I would say pizza.
Mhm.
This would work well with like a marinara. It'd cut through the marinara a little bit. The fish is definitely a go. I 100% agree with that. Those are the
Would it be like a chowder beer? You think New England clam chowder?
citrus and creamy. I don't know because that's when you
Creamsicle.
get. Yeah, citrus and milk, not a good combination. I'm sorry. I think I'll pass on that one. Did I tell you guys about the cement mixers? Like years and years ago, we used to throw a lot of keg parties and different type of parties back in college. Me and my buddies.
Yeah.
And we had this one friend. She was Ashley. She was awesome, super sweet girl.
Always wound up with her clothes off, right?
No, but she would fall for anything. And I would try to save her because they would always mess with her.
Oh.
And have you heard of a cement mixer shot?
I have. I'm not sure what's in it though.
Okay. It's Bailey's Irish cream and lemon juice.
Interesting.
So it's two separate shots, and the person is supposed to take one and then the other and swish. And what happens is a joke shot. Immediately, it curdles the cream and it just goes, "Boof," and it turns into cottage cheese in somebody's mouth.
That's great.
And I knew this. And one of our friends was like, hey, Ashley, we got a shot for you. And I went, don't do it. That'd be cool. Don't do it.
Okay.
I'm telling you. You're
Hold on,
gonna-
let me get my camera
Right?
out.
I'm like out of the side of my mouth. I'm like, you're gonna regret it. And she went 1, 2, 1 swish, and her eyes went.
It's like popping a
She
pimple.
just went, "Boom." and she just froze because what do? You don't know what to do. She's like, I'm not gonna swallow this, and she just turned like catatonic, and I was like, I told you. I just walked away. So yeah,
You see the videos of the people that are taking lemon juice shots alone?
no.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious.
Who needs enamel on your
Yeah.
teeth?
I mean, they're literally like, one girl, she's in her car, she takes the shot, and all of a sudden she's like, she makes like this face. There's one part. It's a couple because it's a compilation of videos back to back, and there's a couple that's doing it, and she gets so. It just hits her so hard. She spits it out into his eye. And it's like, add insult to injury kind of thing.
And they were driving.
No, they were just, in this case, they were this in their kitchen.
Oh,
But the
that would've
first
been better.
girl, yeah, you got to look up that video.
It's like that
People,
would be terrifying if they were driving.
and then of course you have the people that are like, wrong.
I haven't seen that, but I saw the one where there are certain dogs that if you throw them a treat, they're really good at catching it. Right? Mine is not. It'll just bounce off his forehead, and he's like, what the hell? But like labs and stuff like that, you toss them and they just, you know, there's videos of people doing that with lemon slices. So the dog eats a treat, and it's like every one of them is like, oh. It's a great reaction.
You ever
Poor
see the
dogs.
guy who does he throws the treats at the dogs, but he takes
The photos of it.
Yeah.
Those are some of the
Yeah.
greatest
they're
photos, man.
awesome. They're so cool.
Yeah, I agree. They always look like they're grinning.
But their mouth is all like,
All right,
dogs are so great.
they are. Pairing?
Yeah, I would say
They're so much better than cats.
no.
So much
Barn
better.
cat reigns supreme.
Barn cats somewhere else.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Under a car or something.
no. She's got adopted, right?
Well, one of our guys here took him back.
Yeah.
Took her back.
But she's alive.
Sure.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna end with that.
Don't hurt this poor woman's psyche, will you?
No, she's still alive.
Look,
Okay,
don't
good.
damage her like you're damaged
I will
about
adopt
girders.
her if someone wants to give her up.
Apparently, she had another litter.
She did not get spayed.
Of course not. This is something that we had made a requirement at the office. And so
Which
that's
is
why
why
she's
they-
no longer on property.
She had more kittens.
She did. She had like 9 of them. They all survived. So
How?
at least she did it the right way this time.
Right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Barn cat. That's a hard life.
Barn cat's a hoe.
Yeah.
She is. She's a hoe cat.
All right. Well,
But she's doing what she's, genetically pre-programmed to do.
Mm-hmm.
The Gooby Goblin got to her.
no. Barn cat. I miss her.
She
was a good cat.
She was a good cat.
Yeah. But dogs are better. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Anyway,
They're so much better.
no, cats are better.
Cats are jerks.
But that's okay.
You're talking to two
No,
dog
they are
people.
jerks.
They
I
are
agree.
total jerks.
I've had growing up as a cat person. Cats are dicks.
They are. They really are.
They can be sweet for a minute.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, pet me. Get away from me, you asshole."
That's right.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I was just petting you. Like, why did you insert a claw?
Zach the Moon Dog.
I have a claw. I have a scar under this eyelid because one of my cats, who was sweet as could be, decided to play with me and claw went in my eyeball,
Yeah.
hooked into my eyelid, and came back.
Like a fish hook.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was like 10 years
Terrifying.
old, I'm like, "Ah!" I got a cat attached to my eye.
No, we were always, we had a dog growing up. Then we got a cat because we had a mouse problem. And the cat got rid of the mice, and then she became our pet. And she was a great cat, Kitty, because we were very original with our names. And then we had another cat that was a stray that's joined the family somehow. It was an orange cat, and we named it Orange Cat.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Our cat was an orange
Cat.
cat.
Come on, man. It's early on a Sunday.
Thanks for adding that. I was unsure. At first, I thought you had a citrus rolling around going meow. What the?
Anyway, with
annoying
the
orange.
pairing,
Herring.
I would say like Parmesan truffle fries
Ooh.
or like nachos, like with guacamole and like chicken
Yeah.
and maybe some beans and some lime juice and tons of cheese.
Definitely Mexican.
Yes.
So a lot of side dish stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. This definitely would work well with any Mexican food. You're right, like a fajita or something like that.
Yeah.
That just made me hungry. I want a fajita.
Dude, every time we do this, we get hungry.
That's why I brought gummy worms.
That doesn't
meal
count.
for all after drinking beer. Let's go with gummy worms to soak it up.
It's like whenever the pretzel's here, it's like, oh my gosh, give me the pretzels. Give something of substance.
Yeah. Oh God, that's good. All right, let's wrap this one up.
I'm
Give it a rating.
I'm going to go 8.5. I liked it. It was, initially mildly disappointing, but then it gains your favor back. It's just a good beer.
Yeah.
You're so fickle.
I am.
Yeah.
In my early years of doing this, yes, I've become very fickle and very bougie all of a sudden.
It gained back my favor. Oh, well, Jim has found it okay now. It is suitable for Jim.
If I were to do the thumbs up, thumbs down thing, it's a thumbs up.
You go from here to here. I agree with you. I think it's again, IPAs. I used to go strong on IPAs and then they went crazy and then I got away from them. This would get me back into the IPAs again.
They went crazy. What do you mean?
I used to be all about IPAs. Back when I lived in Wilmington, I used to live a block basically from downtown where Front Street Brewery was. So Randall and I'd walk down there. He's my roommate. So we'd walk down there all the time, and drink a lot of their beer. And they had IPAs, and there was a few other places we go. But IPAs back then were just slightly more, it was like a Pilsner bittered up. And then we got into the double, triple, dry hopped and the crazy and all the super and how much stuff can we squeeze into it. And it became like every time I took a sip of, the more modern IPAs, my face would implode almost like it was a sour. It was just bitter. And I was like, that's too much. As anything, we go to, if one thing is a good thing, then 10 of that same thing must be better.
Yeah.
And it just went too crazy. And I think it's been, we hit max IBU, max IPA craziness.
Right.
Although that depends. Listen to a couple episodes ahead because you're going to find out if that's true or not, because I got one that seems pretty crazy.
Oh boy.
But then it kind of toned back a little bit. And that's where this is. It's double dry hopped, but it's not, none of this is like just smashing your tongue,
It's very light.
Yeah, it's doable. You can enjoy it. You can enjoy a repeated drink of it without going, like your tongue isn't just drying into a withered, useless piece of mouth jerky.
So descriptive.
Okay, 8. For IPAs, that's high for me.
So mouth jerky.
Yeah.
That's a new addition.
That's our new snack line.
Yeah.
Mouth jerky.
Tongue glove, mouth jerky, whatever. We got whatever you need.
There's right. There was a third one. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, all right. What do you think?
I would say 8.7.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how many vertebrae there are in a horse, but we'll give them all 8 out of roughly.
I was going to say 8.7 Gooby goblins out of 10.
Nice. Here we go.
There you go. All right. Well, guys, if you want to give it a shot, it is a collaboration between.
Did you rate it?
Yeah, it's 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. That, again, for an IPA, that's high for me. I'd say overall beer rating and maybe an 8.5 or it's not quite a 9. It's good. It's. I would definitely do this one again.
Right.
But yeah,
I would 6-pack this one for sure.
Oh yeah. This is something you could bring to a group of people and be like, hey, try this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jester King out of Austin, Texas, and Yazoo Brewing here in Nashville, a pale green horse. So if you want to give it a shot, if you like IPAs, but you don't want something that's too bitter, if you like lollipops of yesteryear, this is a good one. It's pretty slick.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
All right.
Till anything else? Is that it? I was waiting for the music. There's no music. Come on, Button Boy.
I'm on it.
Button boy.
Right. Till
Button
next
Boy.
time. Cheers.
Yeah.